Starting seeds for your garden is fun and can save you money, but there are steps that you must follow to ensure successful germination and healthy seedlings. Here are some best practices. Choose high-quality seeds from reputable sources. Look for fresh seeds that are appropriate for your growing area and desired crops. If you are purchasing seeds, you will see a date on the package that indicates the year the seeds were packaged for. This does not mean the seeds will only grow that year. While the germination rates of some seeds are much lower in the second and especially in the third year after harvest, such as onions, lettuce, and spinach, many seeds will still sprout many years after they've been harvested. If you have seeds left over from last year or even 5 years ago, don't throw those seeds away. You may have a lower germination rate from the older seeds, such as 60 or 70%, rather than the 90% you should get from fresh seeds. But if you sow them more heavily, you will probably get healthy plants to put out in your garden when the time comes. Use a sterile, well-drained seed starting mix rather than garden soil to prevent diseases and pests. This mix provides a light, fluffy medium that promotes healthy root growth. Heavy soil makes it difficult for seedlings to not only break through the soil to reach the light that will allow them to grow strong, it is also difficult for them to put down roots. Use a commercial seed starting mix or make your own with peat moss or coco coir. Then add perlite or vermiculite, or both. Use clean, sterilized containers to start your seeds to prevent the spread of diseases and provide a healthy environment for germination and initial growth. You should absolutely reuse seed starting containers, but when you transplant those seedlings into your garden, wash them well in warm soapy water and rinse them in a vinegar solution. It's still too early to be planting most things into the garden, but if you are a seed starter like me, it may be time to start your onions, broccoli, and cauliflower, so this stuff is important. Keep the seed starting mix evenly moist, but not waterlogged. Before you plant your seed starting mix should be well hydrated. When you squeeze the mix, you might get a few drops of water, but it shouldn't be running with water. Until the seedlings break through, keep the top of the mix damp with a spray bottle. And covering the top of the tray with plastic wrap or tray domes can slow drying out. However, once the seedlings break through, it is important to prevent overwatering, which can lead to damping off and other fungal diseases. Remove the cover to allow the top of the soil to dry, but make sure the roots have access to water. Bottom watering is a great way to provide water for the roots while preventing the top of the soil from becoming too wet. But an hour after watering, pour off any excess water from the tray to prevent root rot. By the way, welcome to the old Mayfield place. I'm Snow the farmer's wife, and I teach you to be more self-sufficient in so many ways, such as growing your own food, using herbal medicine, and preserving food for long-term storage. Seedlings need light the moment they emerge from the starting mix. Place your trays about 2 to 3 inches under a grow light the moment you plant them so that the newly sprouted seedlings will have light immediately. As your seedlings grow, raise the grow lights to keep them a couple of inches above the tops of the plants. Unless you are starting your seeds in a greenhouse that gets 12 to 16 hours of direct sun, you need to keep your seedlings under grow lights. Light through a window will not be enough. Inadequate light can cause your seedlings to go searching for light and can result in leggy plants. Leggy plants are not healthy plants, and once they get leggy, they will probably not recover and will never be healthy. Keep your light source bright and close to ensure that you get healthy plants. Most seeds germinate best at specific temperatures. Read the seed packet for optimal germination temperatures and provide consistent warmth using a heat mat if necessary. Some seeds require specific soil temperatures to germinate. For instance, peppers are a tropical plant and need the soil to be about 75 degrees Fahrenheit to germinate. On the other hand, broccoli, which is a cool season crop, will germinate when the soil is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Your seed packet should give you the ideal conditions for your seed. Once seedlings have emerged and have 1 or 2 sets of true leaves, thin them to ensure proper spacing and airflow. Crowded seedlings are more prone to disease and will compete for nutrients. Don't yank the thinned plants out of the ground because you may disturb the roots of the plants you want to keep. Instead, use a small pair of scissors to clip the least healthy plants off at the ground level. Seed starting mix doesn't have a lot of nutrition, and that's fine because the seed contains everything the young seedling needs to get started. However, once a set of true leaves show up, the plant is going to need some fertilizer to stay healthy. Once you see the first set of true leaves, you will want to begin fertilizing your young plants about once a week. These seedlings are fragile and you don't want to burn those new roots, so dilute the fertilizer to half strength or even a quarter strength to start. Mix your liquid fertilizer into the water and bottom water as you normally would. After about an hour, pour off the excess liquid, but save that solution to use next week. Don't throw that fertilizer away. If you're starting your plants indoors, in ideal conditions, they may suffer shock when it's time to transplant them outdoors where things aren't quite so perfect. In order to help your plants be stronger, put up an oscillating fan to simulate the wind they will encounter when they go to their home outside. If you don't have an oscillating fan, run your hands across the tops of the seedlings a few times a day to help them be more resilient. Thank you for stopping by the old Mayfield place today. Give your seedlings a great start and have a blessed week.